Eskom and load shedding does wonders for family unity. Yes. Chairpersons, adjudicators, and parents. Before I start my speech, let me clear up a few things. I am not the spokesperson for the Prince of Darkness. Who may you ask? I am talking about none other than the good people of Megawatt Park. Still don't get it? The good ladies and gentlemen who have the most thankless task in South Africa today, switching the lights off during load shedding. It is none other than our beloved Eskom, or Eskom, as many people know them. However, instead of focusing on the doom and the gloom that Eskom regularly subjects us to, I prefer to look at the, figuratively speaking, bright side of life and situations. Today, I am going to explain that Eskom is actually doing us a favor by choosing to switch off the lights at night when our favorite soapies are on. You see, I think they want us to appreciate that the greater the challenge, the greater the reward. Just the other night during load shedding, my father's cell phone battery died a few hours before supper. My mom couldn't watch her favorite soapie. Tanda's tablets couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi router. My brother's iPad battery had been drained after too many repeats of Candy Crush. We actually sat at the supper table and spoke and spoke and spoke. Nice people they are, my family. Who knew? That may have been a tongue-in-cheek example, but for millions of South Africans, the rise of electronic gadgets and access to social media has resulted in families becoming more virtual as opposed to being real. According to Ivy Wickmore at Tech Target 2020, at any given time within a specific household, the average middle-income South African family would have access to either a Facebook, a TikTok, or an Instagram account. This means that instead of telling your mom how fantastic the chicken curry is, you share the taste you're experiencing with friends all over the world. We rather need to use the time to bond with our friends and family. Use the candlelight to ask your parents to reminisce about the good old days that they have been wanting to tell you about forever. Use the information to learn what to do to keep yourself occupied without gadgets. Like it or not, we have become a society of communicators instead of talkers. We'll be sitting around the table, my friends and I, each one glued to their smartphones, updating their statuses, posting and even chatting with friends that are far away. Apparently, my sister tells me that there was once a time where people were smart without the internet. Today, however, it looks like the only thing that modern parents can use to discipline their children is an app that tells them what to do. John Keane says in www.newscientist.com that modern technology has become entrenched into our daily lives. Parents and children rely heavily on devices to cope with their daily lives, and these devices rely heavily on electricity, and that's when our dear friends of Eskom come into play. If there is no electricity, our parents can use their God-given skills to educate and discipline their children. Use this time to teach them the value of time management. Ever thought that God switches off the natural light for a reason? It is time to relax, disconnect from the world. Maybe our lives will intensify after dark. I hope that I've brightened your day by sharing Sinethemba's stunning survival facts for load shedding with you. My speech was meant to highlight the fact that load shedding does wonders for family unity, and that load shedding time shouldn't be wasted, and that children can use that time for load shedding to learn from their parents. We have previously been told that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, unless you live in South Africa, because Eskom will remove that as well. I would have loved to share more survival tips for load shedding with you, but just as I was about to type the conclusion of my speech. The poem went out, and it was bedtime, and I had to cut my speech short.